Yo! So I heard the word from the street, and I can't deny that Shofu killed the beat, but I got a max revive. The irony is that I wasn't called out on the Cypher 2011. It made me feel down, a bit upset even. This year though, I got called out by Shofu, Mr. Body Bag, the best of the best. Now I got this weight on my shoulders. This'll be an ultimate test. Don't get me wrong though, I don't want to sound like a saint. But as Pokemon has taught us, pokes never die, they just faint. So give me some more time, just a little bit. Shofu's Cypher was a knockout, but I'll be the one to finish it. Bitch! Anyways, challenge accepted. And here we have a standard OU battle against Final God 1, 2, 3. And this was the first match that I had with the team of Weird Gliscor and friends. And without further ado, let's just get this battle started. And for this match, I wasn't really sure what he was going to lead with, because he had a bunch of support guys which could possibly set up something. So I just decided to lead with Mamo, possibly set up my rocks and go from there. But he actually leads with Azelf, so I don't want to stay in, because he could easily be able to two-hit KO him, and I could only just go for the Ice Shard. So I decided to go into my Espeon, and he goes for Psyshock, follows with a Rain Dance, which is kind of uncommon move, but I guess it could possibly work, you know, since with all the weather guys running around, and then you can get rid of the opposing weather with Rain Dance. But he has Thunder, but I'm gonna set up some screens. Light screen and reflect, so he doesn't want to stay in here, and he actually goes into his Deoxys, I guess, just to wall me, but he can't really do much back. But I actually double switch, and I went into my Gliscor to activate my Toxic Orb, go from there, and he turns out to be having the Ice Beam, but that is not really too big of a deal, because I do have the light screen up, so it doesn't even do half. And I get him Toxic with my Fling, which is nice, but the thing is, I don't see leftovers, so I'm not really interested in staying in and, you know, figuring out what his item is. Instead, I go into my Broom, because I'm kind of hoping that Broom is going to do some sweeping. I do have my dual screens up, so, and this Deoxys is Toxic, so what I'm just going to do is set up a Swords Dance on the switch as he actually goes into his Claydol, which is actually a pretty good check. Or even a counter to Terrakion, to most Terrakions, because it does resist Terrakion's dual stab. And this thing turns out to be a dual screener of his, so that even sucks. That just sucks even more, because I was kind of hoping to break this thing eventually, but now it's gonna be a bit more difficult. So I'm gonna set up one more Swords Dance and then go for Rock Polish, just because I was thinking on the next turn that I could have the power to take him out, and then on top of that he turns out to be having Earthquake over Earth Power, so I wasn't really sure about that, so it really cost me. And here I go for the close combat. It does not KO, so it doesn't even matter that I went for the Rock Polish, but the thing is, I was really hoping that I would be able to take him out, but with the Reflect he does still pack enough defense to wall me, and I'm not gonna be able to take him out. But I'm gonna send out my Mamoswine here. I'm gonna set up my rocks, because he does have a Dragonite on his team, and as we all know, Dragonite is kind of a bitch to take out, especially if I don't have rocks up. So I'm just gonna set them up and then switch into Gengar as he just keeps going for the EQ, and then I'm gonna scout what does he have for his final move. It does turn out to be Ice Beam. That is pretty good. So on the next turn I'm just gonna go for the Disable, just to be safe, and he actually does stay in. I guess at this point he's just gonna be using his Claydol as a death fodder, I guess, because it's kind of low on health. But this does give me a chance to set up a free sub, since he's a dual screener, and the only move that he can use now is the Earthquake, which of course doesn't affect me, so freeze up is free, and on this turn light screen wears out, which is perfect. He was able to set up his Reflect, but I'm safely behind the sub, so I'm just fine, and I take him out on this turn. And I think he's gonna send out his Azelf, yes, and that is perfect, because Azelf is kind of annoying and it's really fast, and now he is forced to break my sub, and I can just easily KO him with my Shadow Ball, which is stab and super effective. And since I was able to stall out his light screen, it's not gonna be, you know, that thing doesn't matter, so I can easily just take him out since he indeed doesn't have the screen up on the special side anymore. And now he's gonna go into Infernape, and there is no such thing as Joy Scarf in Infernape. It just nobody uses that thing. So I decided to go for sub, and he goes for Nasty Plot for some random reason. I guess he was expecting me to switch out, but I'm naturally faster, so I wasn't really scared. And then he goes for the Vacuum Wave, which is like, okay, that was random. I'm guessing that was a misclick, although, like, the thing is, I don't know why he nasty plotted in the first place, because he had a Gengar, which was kind of trolling his team already. So, because of those misplays that he did, I still have a Gengar with a free sub. But then, of course, my Focus Blast misses on this Forretress, and he's gonna be able to go for the Volt Switch. But it actually doesn't even break my sub, because it's a Forretress, and it does, you know, its special attack is like abysmal, and it's not even stab or anything. So I get to keep my sub. In comes Deoxys, and after Stealth Rocks and a bit of a toxic damage, I can easily KO him from this range with a Shadow Ball. And most Deoxys defenses are, you know, mostly physically defensive anyway. So, but yeah, from that range, easy KO. And he's gonna send out that Dragonite now, and the nice thing is that I do have my Stealth Rocks up, so no multi-scale for you, and Shadow Ball should be a solid 2-hit KO, and that is what it looks like. He's just gonna go for a Dragon Dance just to outspeed me on the next turn, I guess. It doesn't really matter, because the end result will be the same, and Shadow Ball will be a solid 2-hit KO, so I'm just gonna take him out on the next turn, and all that he will have left is a Forretress. And the funny thing, like last time when I was using this Gengar, like, again, everybody is like so worried about my item choices, whether it's like Toxic Orb or Flame Orb, or in this case I have leftovers on Gengar instead of Black Sludge, which obviously is always the superior option. That's why Smogon recommends Black Sludge on everything over leftovers. Like, totally they do. Totally they do. It's not like everybody gives me the reason why I should use the Black Sludge, and it's because you know, if your opponent uses Trick, they'll be crippled, but it's not like they can use Trick twice and trick it back to something else. You know, that's not possible. That's not possible at all. And there's that. But basically, that's my little mini rant, and that's gonna fill up the battle pretty much. I'm just gonna finish this Forretress finally off with a Focus Blast, which does luckily hit, and that will be the game. So thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this kind of a random battle, and Room didn't get a chance to do any sweeping in this match, but yeah, I don't think I even switched out Gengar after I just brought it in for the first time, and that was that. I really like sub-disable Gengar. That is also something that I have wanted to try out for quite some time. I haven't had a really chance to use it recently, but with this team I decided to give it a try, and it did some work. I love it, love it. But anyways, this will be all for this random-ish battle. Hope you guys enjoyed. It wasn't really the best one, but the thing is, again, I really haven't had time to have any battles, because just Wi-Fi battles just tend to take a lot more time, but I'll try to get some new battles done, possibly with this same team, because I've really started to like it, despite not having too many battles with it. But yeah, I'll try to get a battle for you guys, possibly on the weekend, on Saturday, and possibly get even more matches done, hopefully. But at this point, I'm just repeating myself like I always do. So that will be all for today. Thank you for watching. Until next time, this is TheFlamingSpade signing out. Peace.